I would like to state why it is so important. Firstly, let me just say this. In 2018, when the Honorable Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade was appointed, having been recalled in Dublin, Ireland, immediately upon his appointment, put 4 pillars of his ministry to turn around the economy. And I would like to say thank you that the first week you did share that with me. But on families coming in, making themselves also part of this critical agenda of turning around this country through an export-led economy. And one thing which is important sometimes, which we don't appreciate, every time you export something, the hard currency comes back through your bank account, and it finds its way to the central bank. And in exchange, the central bank gives you local currency. So if you bring in $1,000, for instance, US, it's exchanged and it becomes 14,000 rand. The immediate multiplier effect. So it is 14,000 all of a sudden that is in circulation in the economy out of 1,000 hard currency. But also the second most important reason is this. Foreign currency allows us as a country to be able to buy the country's necessities which are denominated in currency. But also another part which you don't it escapes all the time is it allows people, for instance, if I want a tractor, a special tractor because it's sold in America, for that farmer to go to the central bank and say, can I have US dollars, please? I need to go buy a tractor. And yeah, those foreign currencies are available. So I want to look at this symbiotic or synergistic benefit that occurs naturally because we are driving an export-led economy. It's an amazing concept and one which we encourage as a private sector to take it seriously under the umbrella of the Ministry of Commerce who are driving this pillar. So for that, Minister, we would like to say thank you for your vision. And also to you, Your Excellency, Ambassador Melody, thank you for not only your leadership and your friendship with this country, but for hitting the ground running in the manner in which you've been doing. I think, arguably, I think in fact, okay, maybe stop the first maiden outing. In fact, I was bragging even before that function that have a maiden coming out will be a function which I'm part of. And then you said, no, I think you're already on to another function. And said, please don't mention it. You know, you're coming out officially, it's our function. It was very important to me to have someone of your caliber grace an occasion of that nature. And it is equally important for us at the private sector today that coming at another level where you drive a program into government, and And with that ceremony, we will just big hand of applause. Arguably, it's small, just all the it will be in the news. Only the beginning. And it's called a humble beginnings. And I can tell you how it will, I can see it already that today we are coming in as a private sector fully behind this concept, and we will ensure that it never fades away, right? Because it is turning around the fortunes of this country and turning around the lot of our people. So with that said, I would like to express on behalf of the private sector, humanists, and to you, Your Excellency, Ambassador Maloney, our sincere thanks for having thought of this, what was supposed a novel idea, and indeed it is a novel idea. And we're hoping that through it we'll see more and more local business people avail of the opportunities for export overseas, particularly to the USA and elsewhere. And with those few words, Honourable Minister, thank you and welcome.
Thank you for those inspiring words. Yes, I did mention.
Ashmont and Destiny Group, please go on mute.
Eswatini also exported approximately 1.3 billion to South Africa in 2020, mainly agricultural commodities, textiles, and apparel, highlighting the country's export excellence and readiness to expand exports to the U.S. Today's event recognizes those who contributed to these impressive numbers, and it recognizes the great potential to improve upon and diversify these exports. The U.S. is proud to partner with the government of Eswatini, the private sector, and affiliated membership-based organizations and associations to bolster Eswatini's export-led economic growth. I would like to thank Business Eswatini and the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority for partnering with the United States to coordinate and host this Exporter Awards event. We hope that this event, the first of its kind, will encourage export firms in Eswatini to enhance their export competitiveness, to ensure their products reach new markets, including the United States. In 2021, the United States entered into a formal partnership with the IPA to support the growth of Eswatini exporters to South Africa and to the United States. The partnership includes co-hosting industry events and workshops to facilitate exporters, facilitate market linkages, and support the AGOA utilization strategy. Additionally, we're working with EPA to provide trade enhancing services to local firms. These services can include providing product-specific market requirement information, assistance in obtaining required certificates, and coordinating with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Through this effort, firms like Black Mamba and Eswatini Kitchen have begun exporting to the United States, utilizing e-commerce platforms, products that include gourmet sauces for sale on Amazon. We were able to make this happen by helping the firms to meet buyers, getting their labels reviewed to meet FDA requirements, and linking them with an e-commerce management firm that provides storage, marketing, and contagion management in the United States. I applaud the effort behind this event, and I see it as a positive step forward in increasing SYG export competitiveness, diversity, and business practice, especially in the local pandemic. I also thank the exporters represented here and congratulate the nominated. I'm pleased that the represent diverse industries, including those producing personal protective equipment, handicraft products, and agro-processed products. I hope the awards will inspire you and others to keep working to improve exports, which will not only benefit your businesses, but the country as a whole. Thank you. See you all back.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for those inspiring and I think just motivating remarks. Certainly on behalf of some of the members of the business community, I'm feeling pumped up, for lack of a better word. Again, to echo the CEO's remarks, we are certainly looking at ways already to make this a much more bigger and better event that packs a much bigger punch. That being said, at this point, I would like to invite the CEO of the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, who is joining us online, Mr. Sibani Ngomezulu, to please make his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director. Your Excellency, seem to be getting feedback. Your Excellency, the Ambassador, Honorable Minister of Commerce, Principal Secretary, and senior government officials, the CEO of Business Eswatini, CEO of FESBIC, captains of industry, USA representatives, and the US Trade Hub. Participating companies in the inaugural Exporter Awards, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to be part of this inaugural Eswatini Exporters Awards. We, as the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, have the mandate to promote trade both in domestic markets and external markets. Since government pronounced on being an export-driven economy, we have played our part by undertaking programs that seek to increase exports for Eswatini. Such activities include, but are not limited to, the export readiness training, the launch of the buyeswatini.com platform, implementation of bilateral and block agreements on trade, assistance programs for business to participate in external exhibitions, facilitation of business-to-business negotiations, as well as the sending of samples, product samples from Eswatini to trade nations across the world, and creating business linkages. Currently, our exports are about 28.5 billion emalanyeni, and that figure fluctuates from between 2 to 3 billion a month. Most of these exports are to South Africa, which is our major trading partner for both imports and exports. Our annual exports to South Africa are about 18.7 billion, while exports to SADC as a whole are at about 22 billion emalanyeni. COMESA exports are about 3.5 billion emalanyeni, whilst the AGOA, total market is about 150 million. EU exports are at 825 million, while South exports at 90.4 billion emalanyeni. Exports to the rest of Africa, outside these trade blocks, is about 1.5 billion emalanyeni, and the rest of the world at about 1 billion. Having awards such as these will definitely create excitement and draw much needed attention to exports from the business community. We would like to encourage and invite more Eswatini companies to venture into the export market, as there is a high demand for consumer goods and services. Eswatini currently has got preferential access to AGOA with 320 million consumers. That's a huge market, which we really need to take advantage of. SADC has about 277 million consumers, and COMESA presents 560 million consumers, with Africa as a whole sitting at about 1.2 billion consumers. So that's an indication that the export market out there is available and the demand for goods and services is guaranteed. It's now for us as a country and the business community to aggressively pursue these opportunities. In doing so, we need to enhance our production volumes, consistency of supply, and quality. We really need to meet quality standards, and it's an opportunity to partner with agencies in Eswatini that can assist in that regard. Lastly, I wish to congratulate today's winners in the inaugural 2021 Export Awards, and state that your efforts and commitment in establishing and building your business enterprises is paying off. The job opportunities, the contribution to the economy, and just advancing the goals, the long-term goals of the country in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which speak to inclusivity and not leaving anyone behind, are something we should all be concerned about. Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, with these few remarks, I wish to emphasize that as EPA, we are here to support the business community on matters pertaining to investment and trade. I thank you.
Thank you very much, my program director. Honorable Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Senator Madam, Your Excellency, Ambassador of the U.S. to Kingdom of Eswatini, Dr. Jean Maloney, representatives of the USA Trade Hub, CEO of Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, Mr. Flan Zulu, CEO of Business Eswatini, Mr. Inati Tamini, representatives of the Federation of Eswatini Business Community, captains of industry, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you. Let me start by thanking the Honorable Minister for taking time out of his very busy schedule to be here with us this afternoon. I know that we had the Minister from one event to the next since the 3 hours. So thank you, Honorable Minister, for being here with us. The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade is very pleased part of this inaugural Eswatini annual exporters ceremony. I won't take much of your time, but mine basically is to kindly request the Honorable Minister to come forward and make his remarks. So please help you to welcome the Honorable Minister to the podium by giving a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much, US, representing the PS today, and the program director, Sego, Your Excellency, the Ambassador, Acting Principal Secretary in the Ministry, representatives of the USA Trade Hub, the CEO of Business Discovery, CEO of IPA, Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, representatives of the Federation of Eswatini Business Community, captains of industry, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good afternoon. I'm delighted to inaugurate the Eswatini Annual Exporters Award Ceremony 2021. His Majesty's government, through the strategic roadmap and the post-COVID-19 economic recovery plan, has continued to make inroads in creating a conducive atmosphere for the private sector and to also drive private sector-led growth and
and the promotion of exports and greater ease of doing business reforms. It's been very well documented that the COVID-19 pandemic has seen the economy suffer through this tough period, but a number of companies that have entered this competition came up with innovative solutions to try and overcome some of these difficulties, in particular avoiding job losses. To each of the participants, allow me to say that you embody in your specific way what we need in Eswatini today to foster sustainable and inclusive growth, great skills, fresh ideas, and a real vision. Despite the adverse situation caused by COVID-19, exports to the region and to the US through AGOA have continued to survive. This is an outstanding achievement by the exporters from the MSME sector, despite global economic decline and stiff international competition. I congratulate all of you for your continued efforts, and I'm very confident that through the programs that our ministry will be implementing with the kind assistance of the US and all its agencies, will take on an upward trajectory in the coming years. One of the positive aspects of the application process is the emphasis on social impact. The government of Eswatini believes that social innovation brings together two sides of the same coin. It offers solutions to help overcome current social difficulties in our economy, while at the same time creating new jobs and opportunities, therefore supporting the development of our economy through the expanding activities that it generates as it creates jobs and business growth. The net effect goes beyond just sustainability of the businesses, but also focuses on improving the social economy as well as the ecosystem in which the private sector operates. I'm also pleased to learn that as part of the benefits of participating in these awards is that the feedback on challenges encountered will be forwarded to the relevant channels for resolution. Some of the challenges cited include understanding the market, the region, and the international requirements, understanding how you connect with new customers, and how to create an e-commerce platform that will create new market opportunities, access to funding for these innovative solutions, amongst others. I want to assure the business community that the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, which also serves as the secretariat for the AGOA implementation plan, will take into account the challenges listed and incorporate them into the action plan. The US continues to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Kingdom of Eswatini as a development partner, particularly in the trade sector. May I at this point extend our sincere gratitude, Your Excellency, to the American Embassy and the USAID Trade Hub for the assistance they provided to Business Eswatini and IPA in conceptualizing and implementing the Exporters Awards. His Majesty's government is very grateful for the support of such an initiative and wishes that it can grow in leaps and bounds. I was very happy to hear Nati saying that this is just the beginning, but we expect this event to grow in stature over the next few years. And I think without COVID-19, rather once we put COVID-19 behind us, I think such an initiative will really spur the kind of growth, particularly to the US market, that we are, seeking. I also want to once again thank Business Eswatini for taking the lead in promoting this initiative. This continued public-private partnership and collaboration is the right vehicle that the economy will use to turn around the forecasted sluggish growth in our economy and actually catapult us to success. As I conclude, Your Excellency, once again, allow me to say congratulations to all the companies that have participated in this novel Eswatini Annual Exporters Award. Today is really all about celebrating your thankless endeavors, your contribution to the communities you're operating, to the employment that you create, and to the lives that you improve every day, and to also assure you of your inevitable success. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you for those remarks, Honorable Minister. I think that is one thing that we can definitely assure you and everyone listening today. The 2022 edition will certainly be bigger and better. I'm not much of a vocalist, but what I do understand about music is that we are now reaching the crescendo of the event. I don't want to demonstrate how that looks like because I fear I might break the equipment. But I think at this point, I will certainly ask, again, invite the Honorable Minister and Her Excellency the Ambassador to come up front and present the awards. But just before I do, just maybe a quick explanation of how this event was structured this year. So for the time being, we had 3 categories in which the companies could apply in. The first one is exports or exporters to South Africa. Again, the criteria here being because, as mentioned, particularly by the CEO of the Investment Promotion Authority, South Africa still stands to be the biggest trading partner of Eswatini. And by extension, we want to start with the regional integration agenda. But we also are looking for, like we mentioned, some of those companies that have managed to take advantage of the trade agreements that the country is part to. And for this year's competition, we did start with the US market through the AGOA, which then forms the second category, which is exporters to the United States market through AGOA. And then there's the final category, which is the overall exporter award or exporter of the year, which basically just takes the winners from the first 2 categories. And obviously, I think here, what we took into consideration the most as well was the social impact that the company has, either in the community that they operate in or in the broader economic environment that they operate, whether it's through outgrowers, whether it's through incubating businesses. So that's some part of the criteria, and those are the 3 categories in which the certification will be awarded. I think I'll also ask Mr. Bomanjangase from the Investment Promotion Authority to come join us and just assist in handing the trophies. But Honorable Minister and Your Excellency and the CEO of Business Eswatini as well, may I please invite you to come up front and assist me with the certification process.
Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, protocol observed. We are here to just announce the winners of the different categories, as Musa has indicated. We had exporters to AGOA, which is the US, and exporters to South Africa. And we had quite a number of companies that registered and participated. But we'll start with the AGOA, which is the US. We only going to award the second prize and the first prize. And the second prize goes to, who's the runner-up? It goes to, for AGOA, Dinzaba Craft. Dinzaba Craft. Well, Dinzaba Craft can best be described as a collaborative effort of over 780 rural women. They are mothers, caregivers, farmers, and in their spare time, they are artists and producers of core material used for the company products. It is derived from the agave plant. The company produces some of the finest handwoven baskets as well as jewelry and homeware. All art and decorative pieces are 100% homemade. Please, we may proceed. With 925 silver range that incorporate tapestry set in silver frames. Dinzaba Craft celebrated 36 years in April 2021. Let's give them a round of applause. Right, and the winner for exports to AGOA, it goes to Eswatini Kitchen. Eswatini Kitchen.
Congratulations. I'm proud to be able to read the citation for your award. Eswatini Kitchen is a gourmet food processor located at Riders Ridge Farm in Sipho, working with over 100 growers, mainly women and youth, who grow products including chili pepper, fruit, and vegetables. Passionate supporter of women's empowerment, the company works closely with the Women Farmer Foundation for training, transportation, and availing a reliable and sustainable market for smallholder growers. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Let's give another hand of applause.
A round of applause. And now getting to our biggest trading partner, as it has been said, South Africa. The runner-up for the Eswatini Exporters Awards to the South African market is Stemane Farming. Stemane Farming, please give them a round of applause. Stemane Farming is an agribusiness dealing in the production and packaging of baby vegetables and high specialty crops for the export market. Established in 2005. The company is currently supplying Woolworths chains of supermarkets, Freshmark exports to the European market. To complement production, the company has subcontracted our growers in different regions of the country that are programmed to produce various crops. The company employs about 48 employees, mainly women, about 39 and 9 men, in between the ages of 9 to 56, which means the youth and women are also given opportunities for employment. The annual turnover is about 5 million emalangeni. Please, a round of applause for Stemane. And the winner for for the Eswatini exporter to South Africa goes to Far East. Far East. Far East Textiles was founded in 2002. It is a CMT company, cut, make and trim, that makes garments for different brands under the Foschini group. The brands include Fix, Exact, Sports Scene, Total Sports, and Woolworths. Far East started by subcontracting for established companies before they were able to stand on their own. Far East is the only Swazi-owned textile firm. They employ about 650 people, and they export over 2 million garments per year. Far East is working with the Bugani Bomage project. The project is a rural development program that assists women in rural areas by training them on how to sew. The company organizes the women to work in groups in the Tinkunda centers so that they can operate a textile factory. The aim for Far East is to subcontract to them so that they can grow and become standalone factories. A round of applause for Far East. Your Excellency and Honorable Minister, we'd also want to issue certificate of participations to two other companies which are here, which also participated in the competition, even though they were not amongst the top winners. We have Sansa Weaving and Smiling Through Investments. Sansa Weaving and Smiling Through Investments. A round of applause for our participants. And now the top award goes to, drum roll please. This is the Eswatini Exporter of the Year for 2021. It goes to Far East. Another round of applause for Far East for being the overall winner, Exporter of the Year award for Eswatini. Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, thank you.
That was certainly exciting. Congratulations to each and every one of the companies. Just one last note for your attention, Honorable Minister and Your Excellency, with regards to Smiling Through Farming. One of, I think, the reasons some of the educators didn't know their story is this is an entirely youth-led company that exports a number of their products to South Africa. So it's very nice to see young people just growing and exporting in the agricultural sector. Ladies and gentlemen, I had promised a very short program, and a short program it was. At this point, maybe I will ask the CEO of Business Eswatini just to give us a vote of thanks, and then that will then mark the end of our program for today.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, my friends and colleagues, we have come to the conclusion of a very, very beautiful program. I used to thank you, Musa, the capable MC, for hosting this event, or being the MC of this event, and also to congratulate also on behalf of the private sector, those who won today, who are all proud of you, you are all known to me here, and we look forward to the next year. Honorable Minister, also thank you for your participation as much as we thank the USA Embassy for this good deed. You don't know what you've just done here. This is not an event, Your Excellency Ambassador. You have planted a seed, and you will see it germinate in the next year. And in so doing, as a result of what you have done here, you'll be amazed how many people, our people, will be empowered through business, because now we know someone is watching. Someone is watching. So we thank you for that. And ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are here joining us physically, and those who joined us by digital platforms, thank you for your participation, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Gossip. Before maybe you take your seat, can I ask once again the Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, and all the participants and ministers to please come up here just for one last photo shoot as a group, and then that will mark the end of our program. Thank you very much.
Okay. Socially distance, please.
Very fast. We will have the last
applause.